We're going to talk about the concept of better. And I want to draw your attention to Matthew, the 20th chapter. I'm going to share with you from the first verse to the 16th verse. I'm reading out of the New International Version. Matthew 20, verse 1. When you have it, say, I got it. I got it. Verse 1, for the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner. That's a very key word, a landowner. What's the name of this church? Mount Moriah House. Okay, stop. House. Land. You got to have land to build a house, to have a foundation. So we're in the right chapter as it relates to House of God Saints in Christ. For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire workers for his vineyard. He didn't go out at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Went out early in the morning. And he agreed to pay them a denarius for the day and sent them into his vineyard. He's an entrepreneur, this landowner. About 9 in the morning, he went out and saw others standing in the marketplace doing nothing. Now, this is interesting. This is at 9, so I guess he went out. He might have been out at 6 or 7 the first time. He was up pretty early. Verse 4, he told them, you also go and work in my vineyard, and I will pay you whatever is right. So they went. He went out again about noon and about 3 in the afternoon and did the same thing. About 5 in the afternoon, he went out and found still others standing around. He asked them, why have you been standing here all day long doing nothing? Verse 7, because no one has hired us, they answered. He said to them, you also go and work in my vineyard. Verse 8, when evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, call the workers and pay them their wages, beginning with the last ones hired and going on to the first. The workers who were hired about 5 in the afternoon came and each received a denarius. So when those who came who were hired first, they expected to receive more. But each one of them also received a denarius. When they received it, they began to grumble against the landowner. Don't you just hate grumbling folk? Complaining people. These who were hired last worked only 1 hour. They complained and grumbled and said, and you have made them equal to us, who have borne the burden of the work and the heat of the day. But he answered one of them, I am not being unfair to you, friend. Didn't you agree to work for a denarius? Take your pay and go. He's basically saying, get on your route. Put you on your route. I paid you. You did the work. We had an agreement. I want to give the one who was hired last the same as I gave you. Don't I have the right to do what I want with my own money? Or are you envious because I am generous? Verse 16, so the last will be first, and the first will be last. I want to frame this conversation this evening. I'm going to give you the topic, and I want to talk from a topic of better late than never. Better late than never. Being better in the kingdom. Being better in the kingdom. I have a quote I want to give you. The Chinese people, as always, have the perfect saying for it. The man who waits for a roast duck to fly into his mouth is in for a long wait. Have you ever noticed how many people major in waiting and debating? they gravitate toward committees because they know that on committees they can make a career out of talking about a problem without ever lifting a hand to do something about it. Look at someone next to you, to the left or the right, and say, better late than never. Better late than never. What is better? That's the first question I'm asking this evening. What is better? I'll define better for you. Better is something superior in quality or condition or effect, a change for the better. Better is to surpass in excellence. She bettered her own record. She broke the record. He broke the record. Better is to make better. The editor improved the manuscript with his changes. He made it better. Better is also, and hence advisable, advice. It would be better for you to speak to him than for me to speak to him. Better is also more than half. Half is 50%, so better would be 51% or greater. But here's some defining thoughts and questions. Can you be better? Can we be better if we do not know what better is? What if we have gone through our entire lives thinking, experiencing what we consider to be best or better, but really have not experienced what is better or best for our lives at all? For instance, better is not coveting what your neighbor has. Better is not coveting after what the Joneses have. The Joneses have died, the Smiths have moved in, and you still coveting the Joneses. Your grass is green, you have to cut it. That grass is greener and it's fake grass, but you think it's better because it looks better. Just because it looks better does not mean it's better. Ask the question. That's another question that you're going to ask yourself for the rest of your life. Is this better for me? Is this better for you? Is this better for us? Our understanding of better is defined by our positive or negative exposure to what we have been taught better is, or what we believe in our heart of hearts what better is. That's the question. That's the ultimate question. What is better? Better is defined by our perspectives, based upon our exposure. If I take a child who's born with a critical illness or a sickness, and they never experience relief from that illness or sickness, health is not better for them because they've never been healthy. They only know that they're sick because of your response to their sickness and your response to their pain. So there are millions of children and millions of people that will be living life to the fullest, even in their sickness, if they did not know they were sick. Who told you that you were sick? Who told you that you were crazy? Who told you and I that we would be nothing? So our perspective of better many times was formed by people who did not have our best interest in mind. Because of their own insecurity, they projected their insecurity upon us to hinder our process in fulfilling what God had created for each and every one of us to manifest in our respective calls and our divine creative purpose. And so just because someone talks to you like you are a dog does not make you a
we're created in the image of God,